the title of Best in the World. Hi everyone, I'm Peter Young, and for ages, man has taken his retriever into the field to go hunting, and somewhere along the way, someone said to his buddy, "My dog is better than your dog." So for years, we have had retriever competitions, and over time, they have evolved into two separate concepts, hunt test and field trial. Now the age-old question has a new twist. My hunt test dog is better than your field trial dog, and vice versa. So for the first time ever, these two groups will compete against each other, side by side in both disciplines. And the winning dog is going to take home some serious bragging rights. On the eve of this historic event, competitors gather for the handler's dinner to determine critical information.
Everybody wants to know which series is going to go first, and of course nobody wants to be dog number one.
For the first dog, it's a double draw to ensure fairness. 10 numbered poker chips are drawn from a bucket, then those numbers go on bumpers and are dumped into a pool. In a ceremonial gesture, Chris Atkinson's renowned dog Luke retrieves the identity of competitor number one.
All right. Now we know who the lucky victim is. It's 25, Stacy West with Abby.
Next, series order is determined by a coin toss, a simple 50-50 solution with complex implications.
You understand, if white comes up, that's the last series. That means we start with a hunt test. Camo comes up, we start with white. Everybody get your camo ready.
In keeping with this event's unique format, all 10 series will alternate between hunt test and field trial setups. We begin with a camo hunt test as the opening series. This dove hunt will test marking off the gun and control, two key elements to success. 4 experienced judges, 2 from each persuasion, will evaluate the dogs. Stacy West is a 34-year-old pro hunt test trainer from North Carolina. His black lab female is a 3-year-old UKC hunting retriever champion, sired by a Canadian national amateur field trial champion. Abby demonstrates her skills on the blind in this first test. Some of you may recognize this husky 6'6" amateur handler from Nebraska. Can't put your finger on it? Well, he pitched professionally for the Los Angeles Dodgers, about 30-odd years ago. These days, he can't get enough of these Labradors. Jim Haller pilots his 3-year-old field trial dog through the first series of this inaugural World Retriever Championship. Elvis scores 15 out of a possible 20, each judge scoring from 0 to 5. Texan Shane Maringer and his field champion titled female Abby have been at the hunt test game for about 1 week prior to this opener in Mississippi. However, the team proves to be more than capable for the job at hand as they score impressive 4.5s across the board. Field trialer and Super Retriever Series and Great Outdoor Games competitor Alex Washburn does a respectable job on this first series with one of her 3 dogs. This is Reddy, her handsome black lab male. At just under 5 years of age, he is coming into his prime. Bear, a field trial dog from North Carolina, handled by professional trainer Black Jack Morris, turns in the only perfect score of the day, 20, as he achieves straight 5-0s across the board. Who says field trial dogs can't hunt? At nearly 10 years of age, field trial dog Grace embodies the virtues of being a veteran. She is one of 2 dogs handled by amateur Jerry Day. You will notice that no one told her that she was getting on up in years, as she reveals an important lesson, which is, you are only as old as you feel. A land-water triple is the field trial setup for Test 2, and the March weather feels more like January. A dead bird is out on the left perimeter of the test. A short shot flyer on a side hill to the right. And a long, challenging water bird up the middle. One of 4 dogs in the competition, sired by AFC Webshire's Honest Abe, is Alex Washburn's dog, Honda. Washburn didn't fare as well with her other 2 dogs, as she handled both of them to the difficult middle mark, but she gets a perfect score of 20 with Honda, her 5-year-old field trial female. Another dog sired by FC-AFC Abe, 8-year-old Maggie, has FC-AFC initials in front of her own name. She is handled by Texan Dave Fowler, a 45-year-old amateur handler from Dodge City. Handled by Arkansas Hunt Test Pro Dana Giovanello, 8-year-old Yellow Lab female Wendy has her own bragging rights with UKC Grand Hunting Retriever Champion, UKC Upland Hunter, and AKC Master Hunter titles to her credit. 7-year-old Yellow Lab female Nike is a crowd favorite. She's a popular SRS GOG competitor as well as a field trial dog. Here she shows off as she rakes in a perfect 20 score, one of only a few seen throughout the day. Handler Day is understandably appreciative of her efforts. Early favorite, UKC Grand Hunting Retriever Champion and AKC Master Hunter Boomer does not fare well on the field trial series as Hunt Test Pro Chris Aiken from Arkansas succumbs with all 4 of his dogs by the completion of Test 2. This competition is already taking its toll. Hunt Test Pro Stacy West has similar difficulties with Abby, as he manages a pretty low score for the second test. However, with a slightly higher first series score than some of his fellow competitors, the question remains, will he and Abby dodge a bullet and make the cut? So as the leaderboard reveals, Nike and Jerry Day topped the field following 2 challenging tests. An impressive 9 of the top 10 dogs that emerged from these first 2 series come from solid field trial backgrounds. And surprisingly, some of the top pro hunt trainers in the business are on the verge of elimination.
Having this thing this early in the year, we haven't had a chance because we've had such a late winter. Running over into the spring, we haven't done nearly the water work that we would like to do to prepare for an event like this, and it just bit us in the tail end right there.
Oh, I just want to know what. I'm not sure. I don't think I'm gonna get it.
If your dog name is called back, you're here for the 3rd series. Obviously, if it's not called back, thank you very much for being here.
When an avalanche hits, the Whistler Rescue Team is on the move by helicopter, snowmobile, or on skis. But the best hope for survival has 4 legs and a keen sense of smell. Follow the Canine Rescue Team in training and on the job, and see how man's best friend becomes man's best savior. Avalanche Dogs, an all-new series, premieres Sunday at 10:30 p.m. only on OLN. LL Bean. When it comes to snow sports, LL Bean is the choice for OLN's outerwear.
There's been nothing but records dropping here.
With premium fabrics that keep our correspondents warm and protected all winter.
You can win the race right here.
LL Bean's new Mountain Guide Gore-Tex XCR Parka features a versatile layering system with fabric that's both breathable and waterproof. LL Bean, the official network outfitter of OLN.
Did you expect as much?
Call today for your free catalog or shop llbean.com.
In a matter of seconds, anything can happen.
I paint the blackest picture I can possibly paint. There's guys that fish, and then there's crowd fishermen.
This is the world's most dangerous job. Deadliest Catch, premiering Tuesday at 9 Eastern Pacific on the Discovery Channel.
What do NASCAR and the Kentucky Derby have in common? They both usually know their way around a track. And they both have MB&A credit cards. Whatever you're into, MB&A has the card for you. Bringing you the world's largest selection of affinity credit cards. MB&A. If you're into it, we're into it.
Weekends are special, so Enterprise has special weekend rates from $9.99 a day. Rent Friday to Monday from just $9.99 a day. Pick Enterprise. We'll pick you up.
If your dog name is called back, you're here for the third series. Obviously, if it's not called back, thank you very much for being here.
Welcome back to the inaugural World Retriever Championship, where after just 2 of 10 total series, it's time for the first cuts, which means tense moments for handlers like Clint Johnson and Stacy West, whose dogs didn't start off as strongly as they had hoped.
Dog 76, Smoke. Dog 12, Savannah. Dog 33, River. Dog 34, Lil. Dog 60, Sky. Dog 67, Jetta. Dog 78, Big Boy. Dog 25, Abby.
The reaction says it all. Nobody wants to go out on the first cut.
And that's it.
But there's no time to relax. Series 3, a double blind with a poison bird and a tempting wind blowing left to right, is up next. Bubba blows his goose call as each team comes to the line and the next camo test is on. We first met Honda and Alex in the last test. Now this team starts the third series, which is of hunt test design. A short 15-yard blind on the right must be picked up prior to the long blind that is hidden to the right and deep of the poison bird. Finally, the line to the long blind goes under a fallen tree, and the proper route takes each dog very close to the poison bird. Honda, however, shows everyone how it's done, with 4.5s across the board. Tug, a 4-year-old UKC Grand Hunting Retriever champion, handled by pro hunt test trainer Johnny Keohane of North Carolina, isn't so fortunate. This black lab male shows the pitfalls of the demanding test as he succumbs to the temptation of the poison bird and comes in with this no bird instead of the long blind. This eliminates Tug from further competition. In contrast, amateur Maryland competitor Vicky Deal and her qualified all-age field trial dog Echo dominate the test in commanding style as the 5-year-old black lab female nearly lines the long blind retrieve and thrills her handler and the spectators. As a result of this performance, they continue to gain ground on the leaderboard with straight 5-0s from the judges, a perfect score. Another good performance is turned in by field trial pro trainer Brick Halick of Rockwell, Iowa, and his not yet 4-year-old qualified all-age black lab female, Dottie. This pleasing, willing female is steadily drawing more supporters from the crowd as she continues to perform consistently for her handler in this competition. The sun shines on this cold, cloudy day for Abby and her handler, Stacy West, as they regain some of the footing in the standings following a shaky performance in the last series. Here, they turn in a score of 19.5 and grasp a leg up in the competition. Now, in contrast to our pro handlers is full-time airline pilot Dave Opseth and his young female lab, Tala.
A lot of the people training here are pros, and it's tough to go up against those guys that can train every day, but Tala's a very good dog. She's a very young dog. She's not yet 3, and we hope to do well. I'm away a lot. It's the nature of the business. I'm away for 3, 4, 5 days at a time. So when I come home, I'm anxious to train. The dogs are manic about training. As my wife will attest, the sport is addictive. It does take a lot of time, but you just have to use the time very wisely.
Dave and Tala demonstrate the commitment and dedication that becomes for them a labor of love as they make every training minute count. But already the tension of a few long days is beginning to show amongst judges and competitors.
You knew the series started at 7:30, right?
Frankly, I didn't, but I knew I was almost
well,
last
then
to
that's
run.
your business to find out it starts at 7:30. I'm telling you, you do it again. I'm telling you, you spent $500 for this entry, and you're working real hard at getting rid of it real quick. Now, you get here on time from now on. I'm not cutting you any more slack after this.
This series is nearly complete before number 30 arrives. Despite being late and missing his slot in the rotation, and considering the subsequent altercation that resulted between judge and handler, Hunter a yellow lab male run by amateur Stan Chiras of Tennessee turns in a respectable performance on the test. So after 3 completed series, the leaderboard again reflects the majority of top dogs are from the field trial backgrounds like Nike, Dottie, and Honda. Our new format alternates between camo or hunt tests and white coat or field trial tests. This means the upcoming series will be another white coat setup. Coming up, we take a closer look at the uniqueness of this first ever World Retriever Championship and what makes it stand alone as an event unparalleled thus far in retriever history. Plus, more cuts are looming.
65 windy, 30.
OLN is going on patrol with the E-Force.
Put your engine in neutral.
The E-Force.
If you hesitate, you're going to get hurt.
E-Force. Season premieres Sunday, April 10th at 10, only on OLN.
Track lock, selectable 2 or 4-wheel drive. GP escape, navigation system, automatic or ESP push-button shifting. You need advanced ATV technology from Honda, because in the real world, trails don't clear themselves. Honda ATVs, best on earth. With freedom of choice financing, get low payments, low interest rates, and even bonus bucks. Now you've got the freedom to choose. See dealer for details.
Hey, Mr. Randall.
I gotta get out of that back row.
Spending too much time on paperwork? Then get the Visa business card. And forget about checks and sorting charges from your personal card, because all your expenses are detailed on one statement. Visa Business. Just about everything you need to run a better business.
Stronger denim. More comfortable, relaxed fit. Wrangler 5-star premium quality denim. Wrangler, real comfortable jeans.
Honey?
Men now start their morning with M3 Power. Turn on Gillette's first battery-powered shaving system. Micropulses raise hair so you shave closer. Feel the power of the world's best shave. M3 Power from Gillette.
Honey, does this make me look fat?
You betcha.
In the time it takes to pull out the sleeper sofa, you could save hundreds on car insurance. Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more.
Can your glue do this or this? Wonder Glue can, but it won't save you any money on car insurance.
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more.
Why haven't you called Geico?
What you wish you could do in real life,
Can I see it in red again?
now you can do at the all-new, completely redesigned VHIX.com. The all-new VHIX.com. Roadmap to the automotive world.
The World Retriever Championship is a groundbreaking event in that for the first time in retriever sports history, we've got an event with 10 series where hunt test dogs and field trial dogs combine in the same event, with 10 series equally divided between 5 hunt test series and 5 field trial series.
In the hunt test series, what we do is try to simulate an actual hunt in the field. We wear camo, we use duck calls, we shoot the gun, we put decoys in the water, we aim, track, and shoot the birds just like you were actually hunting in a real hunting situation. One of the things that we do look for in a good hunting dog is style. We like to see a dog come to the line that looks happy, he's wanting to get into the hunt, he's looking forward to picking up the birds. And we always try to score a dog like that a little higher than the ones that maybe not look quite so happy.
In the field test, the handlers wear white. Because the marks are at a longer distance, the blinds are at a longer distance, the dogs need to be able to look back to the line to see the white clothing, to take the casts, and to recognize the handler. We want to see a dog with style and courage and control. And we're looking for their marking ability, where they can charge out there 250, 300 yards away and pick out a mark in the field.
Each deduction is about a half a point. Each judge will give a score and we'll hand it off, and it's immediately posted across the board, so the handler knows exactly what each judge has given them.
Welcome back to the first ever World Retriever Championship. 3 tests are now in the books, and handlers anxiously await the callbacks to test 4. Something else, almost intangible, is also emerging as this event continues to unfold. There is a new, if not renewed, sense of respect from both retriever camps for each other's dedication to their disciplines, and above all, the dogs.
62 ready.
As the remaining dogs are announced in the barn, some handlers, such as Clint Johnson, are visibly moved to remain in contention.
7 wags. That will be it.
With the line positioned atop an unprotected levee, Test 4, a white coat setup, unfolds over challenging terrain while judges and participants take the brunt of a stiff nor'easter. And with a retired gunner at almost 370 yards, this is the longest test yet. FC Abbey and owner-handler Shane Merringer aced the test, a grueling land-water triple with both long and short retired birds and a shot flyer to round out the marks. It's a perfect 20 for Abbey. As Nike runs this test, let's look at the types of problems encountered in the setup. First of all, many dogs are attempting to stay dry on the flyer that lands in flooded pasture grass on the right, and this creates difficulties. In addition, some dogs miss the left-hand short bird that falls across a small channel, and a few have to handle on it. Finally, the challenging long retired bird incorporates changes in terrain en route to the bird. These difficulties play havoc with many dogs as they cave into such factors. Add to these things a cloudy memory of the bird itself, and it is no wonder so many dogs are having trouble in recovering it cleanly. In contrast, Nike rockets out to the bird in exemplary fashion. A 19.5 gives Nike a total of 74.5.
Here. Go. Drop.
Professional field trial trainer and handler Brick Halick takes time to make sure Dottie sees the guns in the test. The enterprising Dottie quickly comes up with her flyer. And then demonstrates a nice recovery from a hunt on the short retired bird on the left. She caps her performance on this test by nailing the tough long mark for a score of 19. Clearly, her performance impressed the judges.
There you go.
There you go.
Hunt test pro Stacy West has to work at handling Abbey to the long bird, but does recover it. The score, however, is only 13 for a total of 54.5. They may not make the cut. Mikey has a good performance for North Carolina trial pro Mike Osteen. An 18.5 gives him a total of 65.5. Elvis shows he's king for owner Jim Haller as he dominates the marks.
Help.
It's a perfect 20, and the pair is steadily climbing the leaderboard. And Black Lab female Honda comes up clean for handler Alex Washburn. This is familiar terrain for Washburn as she lives and trains here at Coolwater Farms. But in compliance with event rules, Washburn didn't train on these grounds for the 2 weeks prior to the competition. Nonetheless, it's a 20 for Honda. So far, Nike and Honda seem to be the dogs to beat. And the leaderboard reveals that after 4 demanding tests, all of the top dogs have field trial backgrounds. What will happen from here? Some hunt test dogs remain. Can any of them stage comebacks?
45 Jazz.
Judge Rich Dresser announces lenient callbacks.
Terra, dog 57 Wags. That's 39 dogs. We only dropped the dogs that didn't complete the test. The next test is called Wood Ducks in the Willows.
And Wood Ducks in the Willows promises to be action-packed with 5 birds. This timber series will not only test handler concentration, but control of the dogs as well. Amateur Pete Marcellus runs the timber series with his almost 4-year-old amateur field champion and hunting retriever champion, Daisy. Here's how this test works. A long bird is thrown to the left, but nobody shoots. Bubba says more birds are coming in. Then 2 more birds are thrown. A very short breaking bird and a longer bird nearly in line to the short bird. The judges then require all handlers to primary select off the go bird. In other words, each dog must pick up the short bird before getting either of the 2 other marks. Due to this, the short bird will not be scored as a mark. Next, the handler chooses either of the 2 remaining long birds, and when the dog is returning, a short diversion comes out from the left. This bird is also not scored as a mark. Once all marks have been retrieved, the dog executes a water blind to the right of the test. And Daisy nearly aces it with a score of 19. Coming up, a tough hunt test has some dogs struggling for survival. And Nike and Honda have a showdown in the Willows.
I must say we're impressed with your firm's capabilities. Things are looking pretty good.
Thanks. As you saw in the presentation, we're also in Europe and Asia. I know you have a new office in Singapore, and as it so happens, I travel there about twice a quarter.
Good. Let's check the scores before we take off.
The new Jetta. It's all grown up. Sort of.
Parts, give me more parts. At AutoZone, I can find the right part. Give me tailgate, engine, piston, bumper.
AutoZone, for over 750,000 new special order and salvage parts.
Get in the zone, AutoZone. Parts. Man, where are we? This way.
Left turn heading 285, cleared and hot to the target.
Get the Edge cutting system now and give yourself a John Deere yarn for a long, long time. Get the new John Deere L108 for just $15.99.
Michael Waltrip?
Yes.
That's cool.
Okay, what are we waiting for? Waiting on you.
I'm waiting on you.
I'm waiting on you.
You are in for a treat. You're gonna be right down in front. Morning. You're gonna be able to see the whites of Michael Waltrip's eyes. How about that? Bobby, come on.
Best Western, the official hotel of NASCAR.
NASCAR fans, stop at Best Western to save with our new race fan rate.
Welcome back to Coolwater Farm and the first annual World Retriever Championship. You know, for many hunters, a day out in the field with their dog is as relaxing as it gets. But to say this next test is relaxing is clearly missing the mark. It sounds more like a children's bedtime story, Wood Ducks in the Willows. But this next hunt test is anything but child's play. As the test progresses, we see that it is proving to be quite challenging for any number of handlers and dogs of both persuasions. including hunt test and field trial. When the smell of gunpowder fades away, who will survive? With thick timber and a lot of time in the water, and by the time dogs hit the final blind at 80 yards, this is one tough test. Since this event began with the first dove hunt test, Vicky Deal's lab has steadily climbed on the leaderboard. Until now. After performing well on the marks, Echo gets into big trouble on the hill deep in the blind. After much difficulty and many whistles, she finally recovers the bird.
That surprises me so much. She's done so well all week. That just shocks me.
She came unglued on that blind. I'm not sure what went wrong. She took a good initial line. She jumped over a big log and hit the log, and I don't know if that got her off and got behind some trees. And she's not really used to handling in timber like that. So I think we were both a little confused.
Next up, the likable Jerry Day.
I've always been a dog person. I grew up as a child. When I was coming up, my uncle had 17 beagles. My granddaddy had a couple of coon dogs, a big old red bone. Always been around dogs. Loved them. Yeah, wait. This thing started about 22, 25 years ago with me, and it is overwhelming. We sold our machine shop in order to start Dogs Afield, and it's been a fun adventure. All right. All right, we get down here, you're gonna take a little swim. This is where we train the dogs. And
girl, good sit.
It's great for us. I mean, you're outside, you're breathing fresh air, having a good time. Certain places here have very special meaning to me, and one in particular, and that's up on the hill. That's where I've got, under a big tree up there, I've got 5 of my past retrievers buried up there. And I think about that a lot. Yeah, find that bird, find that bird. Well, I'd like to keep doing this till I can't walk or till I pass. I know I'm 65 years old, and I feel younger than that, hopefully. My mind feels like sometimes it's 85 years old when I'm running the dogs. But as long as we can continue to do it and enjoy it, get nervous when we come to the line, we will stay involved.
While it's true that Nike and Day have their share of problems as they execute this timber test, they still came away with average scores.
Back.
And with a total of 87.5, they should be a safe callback to the 6th series.
Yeah, we out.
Next up, another field trialer is having problems with this hunt test. Dottie and handler Brick Halick pick up the blind clean, and they will be around to see another test, despite getting a 10.5. What will become of Abby and Stacy West? They have hung in there, steadily regaining ground since their disastrous second test, but the problems they encounter here might be too formidable to overcome. A mere 9.5 leaves them with a total of only 64. Darkness suspends the test, with the top dogs thus far being Nike in the lead at 87.5. Daisy is right behind, followed by Dottie. When competition resumes, the Dawn greets contestants with fog-enshrouded timber. And Alex and Honda run into serious trouble on the blind.
I want to ride my bicycle. Saddle up for the cyclism. Every week, watch Lance's powerful new team as they take on the world's best. From the cobblestones of France to the mountains of Italy, follow history from the beginning. Cyclism Sundays. This week, it's the hell of the north with severe wind, rain, and miles of cobblestones. It's as if the devil himself designed it. The Paris-Roubaix. Cyclism Sundays. Sunday at 5 Eastern. Only on OLN.
The multifunctional element from Honda. Where will it take you?
There's a place for us. Somewhere, a place for us. Peace and quiet and all.
For those in the academic, medical, and cultural fields whose work serves the greater good, we serve you. TIAA CREF, Financial Services for the greater good.
Where do you get a great value in auto service? From the people who know your vehicle best. The factory-trained service team at your Ford or Lincoln Mercury dealer. To prove we're better, we're issuing the Genuine Challenge. Come in and compare our service to anyone. Then compare deals like this. Get the works. An oil change, tire rotation, inspection, and more. Just $34.95 or less. The Genuine Challenge. We're better. We're proving it. And we want you to be the judge.
Want to ride the best? Ride straight to Northgate Motorcycles, Route 19 Cranberry, where no one beats the huge selection, expert service, and the red-hot deals. The Suzuki Boulevard C50's classic design features a kick-out front, pull-back handlebars, teardrop tank, and spacious seating. The Suzuki Boulevard C50 is what a classic cruiser is all about. If you buy a new motorcycle or ATV from anyone else, you'll pay too much. Go to Northgate Motorcycles today, Route 19 Cranberry.
What you wish you could do in real life, now you can do at the all-new, completely redesigned VHIX.com. The all-new VHIX.com. Roadmap to the automotive world.
The city of Oxford and Ole Miss are both rich in tradition and culture. In addition to its famous marching band, Ole Miss is known for its blues collection. With over 50,000 recordings, 15,000 photographs, and 3,000 books, the collection is one of the world's largest. Established in 1984, it includes B.B. King's personal record collection, as well as a copy of one of the first blues recordings ever, Robert Johnson's Me and the Devil Blues. On a morning as thick as the Mississippi Blues, fog envelops the new day at the World Retriever Championship. Wood Ducks in the Willows is set to resume at 7:30 a.m., but Mother Nature has other plans. Finally, the fog clears for 2004 High Point Derby dog Taylor Lab Downtown Dusty Brown, handled by Dan Hurd.
Easy, easy. Dusty.
Dusty keenly watches the marks and then demonstrates the close proximity of the short breaking bird as he picks it up cleanly. You see the diversion, or bulldog bird, thrown as he returns from the long right mark. And then Dusty closes in on the final mark. He continues on to have a good working blind and finishes with one of the better overall completions on this test. His 17 is one of the top marks on this test. Next, Honda and Alex tackle the test. The savvy black lab does a nice job on the marks and recovers them in short order. It's efforts like this that have put her near the top of the standings coming into this test. However, as Honda heads for the blind, the morning suddenly takes a turn for the worst, as Alex and Honda run into a brick wall. Nothing seems to work according to plan, and Washburn simply cannot direct Honda to the blind retrieve. Finally, she must collect Honda without the bird. She is eliminated.
Sorry.
FC Abby and Shane Maringer demonstrate how easy it is to jump over the short breaking selection bird. Remember, this is not judged as a mark. She picks up the other birds in smooth, orderly fashion. And has a good run as she picks up the blind with ease. So big changes on the leaderboard as Dusty and Abby take over the top spot. Nike hangs in there in third, and Honda is eliminated from the competition. Still, 9 of the top 10 are field trial based. Up next, our new leaders face a challenging white coat test.
When an avalanche hits, the Whistler Rescue Team is on the move. But the best hope for survival has 4 legs. Avalanche Dogs to the Rescue, an all-new series. Premieres Sunday at 10:30 p.m. only on OLN.
On the farm, a lot of times you need to get power to a place where there is none. Well, no one is better equipped to help you out than us. Okay, Larry. Well, alrighty then. Hit it. When you can generate your own power, that's freedom.
When you want to get away,
Let's go, girls.
Enterprise Rent-A-Car will pick you up free and get you on your way. Pick Enterprise. We'll pick you up.
Hello there, I'm Pat Simpson here with the Walkers, and today's project is outdoor cleaning, and the tool of choice is the Briggs & Stratton 2200 pressure washer.
With a powerful, easy-starting engine and the new Project Pro nozzle system, believe me, it's the right tool for faster, better results. Just look at the difference. There are quick-changing nozzles designed specifically for each type of project. There's Maximum for high overhangs and stubborn surfaces, General for driveways and decks, and Delicate for cars and boats. And for really big projects, we've included a time-saving turbo nozzle. Plus, there's even a step-by-step project guide with all sorts of great ideas for cleaning up around the house. The 2200 pressure washer with Project Pro. A great value and a great tool for outdoor cleaning. Briggs & Stratton, the power that works for you. Available at Sears and Tractor Supply Company.
In a matter of seconds, anything can happen.
I paint the blackest picture I can possibly paint.
We copy that,
There's guys that fish, and then there's crab fishermen.
This is the world's most dangerous job. Deadliest Catch, premiering Tuesday at 9 Eastern Pacific on the Discovery Channel.
Welcome back to Coolwater Farm at the first ever World Retriever Championship, where we are about to begin the 6th series. The picturesque setting, a stark contrast to the underlying tension. First up are Wendy and Dana Giovanello. Unfortunately, Giovanello must hand a Wendy to the bird. But nonetheless, this hunt tester is happy with this field trial performance.
Ain't so bad. Ain't so bad.
This test presents a land quad with 2 long retired marks and 2 shorter flyers in a field with sloping terrain and interesting features. This test also has an honor where the previous working dog must sit quietly while the next dog's birds are shot and thrown. Here, handler Bill Hillman of Texas runs the 2003 High Point Derby dog, Hawkeyes Coast Guard.
What?
Cutter applies his talents on the difficult setup and nails 4.5 across the board. Yellow dogs rule. Jerry Day's Nike goes out and takes command of the quad. Back on familiar field trial turf, Nike regains her swagger. And turns in a perfect performance. Some dogs execute intelligent hunts, like Dan Hurd's HRCH female lab, River. She proves she's capable of performing on a field trial test. Next up, Jim Heller and Elvis. They were perfect in the Series 5 hunt test.
Oh.
And now the two garner an 18 in this field trial test, demonstrating the versatility needed to win this championship. Thus far, Nike's on top, and while these great dogs and handlers try to make history at the inaugural World Retriever Championship, this Mississippi locale has quite a past of its own. Our event is being held just south of Oxford, Mississippi, known to many as the heart of the South. First incorporated as a town in 1837, Oxford took its name from its English counterpart, with the hope of securing Mississippi's first university. Indeed, Ole Miss was founded in 1841 and today remains a focus of the town. Courthouse Square is the heart of Oxford. Destroyed during the Civil War by General A.J. Whiskey Smith and his federal troops, the square was rebuilt and today is the site for many trendy shops and restaurants. Antebellum houses can still be found in Oxford's neighborhoods. The lineage to England remains with the British phone booth, as well as the double-decker bus brought over from England in 1994. When we come back, competition continues as the hunt testers try to hang on.
It's hard to make up ground when you're hitting 12s and 13s and everybody else is hitting 18s and 20s.
It is the race of legend, where rivalries clash, the undaunted find strength, and true Olympians take to the street. For the first time ever, OLN presents the Boston Marathon, live in its entirety. Be there as Catherine Dereba attempts to win an unprecedented 4th Boston title. Plus, watch our American troops as they run the Boston Marathon in Iraq. The 109th Boston Marathon, April 18th, beginning at 11:30 a.m. with an encore presentation at 8, only on OLN. This OLN program is brought to you by the new E-Tech from Evinrude. It's time you got it.
It's pretty fast. The new E-Tech from Evinrude. It's time you got it.
I think I got it.
Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what
you are. Serious about dirt? So are we. Now Yamaha, the adrenaline specialists, has an offer that'll really get you pumping. Get any Yamaha for as low as $39 a month, plus up to $200 cash back.
Get your new Yamaha today at Barclay Motorsports on Route 30 in Latrobe.
4 years ago, I had no job and over $200,000 in debt. I went to this website, and this year I should make over $250,000.
I went to this website, filled in my personal interest, and their system matched me up with the perfect opportunity.
If you're considering a home-based business, this is the one website you need to visit.
My goal for next year is $50,000 a month.
I never dreamed I'd be making $20,000 a month, but I am.
This wasn't one of those get-rich-quick schemes, but guess what? I did.
Go to your computer and get started today. Log on to this website now.
Back at the first ever World Retriever Championship, where 6 of our 10 series are nearly over, and so far the field trialers are dominating the competition. Case in point, Dan Hurd, here with Dusty, one of his 2 dogs still competing. Dusty is now performing with the pressure that comes with the top spot on the leaderboard. He has a wise hunt, but after an errant line, he recovers the long-retired right-hand bird and finishes with a 12.5. Is Ready Alex Washburn's trump card? Remember, Alex lost her top dog Honda in the 5th series. But Reddy is steadily climbing in rank. In Test 6, Reddy puts on a pretty substantial hunt for the flyer. But he goes on to pick up his other marks clean. His score, 17.5. As FC, AFC Maggie and Dave Fowler move to the honor spot, Shane Merringer and FC Abby come to the line. Abby has been a strong contender all week and is currently tied for the #1 position with Dusty. A serpentine ditch snakes through this field of side hills. The combination of these factors makes it difficult for dogs to remain focused and to stay on course as they are sent for their birds. Abby dispatches this test in short order as she makes it look easy. The reward, her second perfect score of the competition. And number 55 remains atop the leaderboard. But as callbacks are given on site, another hunt tester falls by the wayside as Dana Giovanello learns he has lost Windy.
36 Ripper. How many? Top 20 dogs. 20.
We had a good first and kind of second run, and then we started drifting away just a little bit, and the crowd started pulling away, and it's hard to make up ground when you're hitting 12s and 13s and everybody else is hitting 18s and 20s. So for the most part, I'm proud of my gal.
Indeed, the leaderboard tells its tale. All the top names are field trial dogs. With 6 consistent performances, Abby leads the field. Close behind, though, are Nike and Elvis. But with 4 series to go and double points on the last, any of these dogs still has a chance. So through 6 series, our best dogs are performing well and moving on. But the debate here at Coolwater Farm continues. Where will our top retrieving dog come from? The heritage of hunt test or field trial? We'll find out next time with the conclusion of the first annual World Retriever Championship. Hope to see you then. The inaugural World Retriever Championship began with 80 dogs. For the first time ever, hunt test and field trial dogs gathered to compete together. Only 4 series remain. The field has dwindled to all but a select few, dominated by field trialers. Among those, 65-year-old amateur Jerry Day with his accomplished dog, Nike. Pro trainer Brick Halick with 3 dogs still in the running. Former baseball pitcher Jim Haller with the King, Elvis. Local favorite Alex Washburn and her dog appear to be ready. 2003 High Point Derby dog Cutter is steadily climbing in rank with co-owner Bill Hillman. But only one dog will emerge on top. The World Retriever Champion will be crowned next on OLN. traditions of dog retrieving coupled with the heritage of the South, which is captured here at beautiful Coolwater Farm, just south of Oxford, Mississippi, have united to create a new showcase for this sport. It's the first annual World Retriever Championship. Hi everyone, I'm Peter Young and welcome to Mississippi. The two major disciplines of the retrieving games, hunt test and field trial, have come together for the first time ever to compete side by side in both types of tests. Now this groundbreaking event has been a huge success so far. 6 of our 10 series are now done. Our field of dogs, all champions in their own right, started out at over 70, is now down to just 20. We are certainly closer to answering our original question: who has the best retrieving dog? Now for those dogs who have survived the cuts and are still alive in the competition, it has been a grueling week so far. Through 6 series, we've seen nervous handlers analyze and attack each test. They know it's do or die to stay in this competition. We've seen emotion from handlers reflecting a great effort. Jerry Day was feeling good after 2 series. Handlers have carried and shouldered guns and displayed plenty of focus, like Dottie and Brick Halick in Series 3. By Series 4, the local girl, Alex Washburn, showed why she and Honda were one of the favorites. In Series 5, their momentum continued until it was dashed on the final bird. We've seen working dogs and intensity, and the thrill of a job well done. Shane Maringer and Abby have put it all together through 6 series. The leaderboard, all field trial dogs. Abby has moved into first place as she ousts Nike from the top spot. Elvis is up to 3rd, and between top spot and number 10 is a difference of 12 points. Anything can happen. Many called Series 7 an extreme hunt test, as dogs swing 180 degrees with the gun. Birds come from everywhere, testing the dog's ability to focus. And Nike watches her birds with interest. She is sent for the long right-hand bird, one that has proven difficult for a number of dogs in this test. Oh, and she impressively marks it well, without requiring a handle. There are a total of 4 birds in all to be retrieved, not counting the flyer when the next dog up performs his cold honor. Nike shows us how to get the job done with 4.5, an additional 18 points. This puts her back in the number 1 spot. Field trial pro Brick Halick manages the hay bales and the gun, while Dottie demonstrates the short retrieve. Then she marks another bird, somewhat deep for the short one, and does well. And Brick then launches Dottie for that same long, elusive bird. And climbs atop a hay bale to watch. Successfully, she completes the retrieve. Now it's veteran Grace's turn. At nearly 10 years of age, she again shows that age is merely a state of mind. She effectively works on her birds. And on one bird, she does require a handle. takes her own turn, literally. She breaks on the second honor for the short, dead bird. That eliminates her from further competition.
Well, she was really excited, and very excited, and I tried to have her in a position, what she could still see the birds, because that's what, what it's all about. And that little short bird came out, and I shot, and she kind of bounced, and I didn't realize that I could say, here, here. And once she started, I just didn't say anything. And then they told me I could have a controlled break, but she still shouldn't have done that. She should have been more obedient, so it's no problem. And she had a really nice run going. And I'm proud of her, And it was just too much fun for her in this series. And I'm just glad I hadn't got another dog to run right now, because I don't know if I could handle it.
But one thing he can always handle is quality time with his dogs.
Sit. Nike. Your name is not Nike. All right, that's enough. Good girl, good puppy. Grace was kind of my little sleeper dog. She'll be 10 years old in November. And I brought her along just to let her have some fun, and I've hunted her and Nike both. And I actually thought that Grace would be howling and going on. And she sat there like a lady and gave me really a nice job. Sit.
Up next, the field is cut to 15 as the field test hunt trial rivalry grows.
I didn't see any rivalry when this thing started, but it's becoming a little factor now, and it's getting a little touchy, I would guess.
When an avalanche hits, the Whistler Rescue Team is on the move by helicopter, snowmobile, or on skis. But the best hope for survival has 4 legs and a keen sense of smell. Follow the Canine Rescue Team in training and on the job, and see how man's best friend becomes man's best savior. Avalanche Dogs, an all-new series, premieres Sunday at 10:30 p.m. only on OLN. This OLN program is brought to you by Honda Generators, the power of choice.
Did you know Honda makes portable generators? Well, they do, and they're perfect for camping, working anywhere you need, for all kinds of RV comforts like air conditioning, or for emergency backup. Lightweight and quiet, Honda's got a generator that's right for you. See the CU 2000? 2 of them provided enough power to film this entire commercial. Honda, the power of choice. Call us for the dealer nearest you or shop online now at honda.com.
Mom, Dad, this is Kevin.
Great to meet you.
Kevin, I talk about you all the time.
Thank you for having me over for dinner. I hope you're really hungry, because
Denting fire. Go bold.
When you want to get away,
Let's go, girls!
Enterprise Rent-A-Car will pick you up free and get you on your way. Pick Enterprise. We'll pick you up.
Stronger denim. More comfortable, relaxed fit. Wrangler 5-star premium quality denim. Wrangler, real comfortable jeans.
The multifunctional element from Honda. Where will it take you?
I think this is really good for the dog games. It's very, very good. There's always kind of been sort of a rivalry, like you talked about. The hunt test guys and the field trial guys, they all think their game is better.
This is like playing in the NBA and NFL and having a guy that can do both.
It is a big rivalry. I mean, the field trial guys think their game's the best, and the field guys think their game's the best as far as putting a dog into the field, and here we are, we're going to see.
Hopefully that the field trial people will respect what the hunt testers are doing and training for, and the hunt test people will respect what the field trialers are doing. What they're trying to do here is have a touch of both, and it's tough.
I didn't see any rivalry when this thing started, but it's becoming a little factor now, and it's getting a little touchy, I would guess.
Things are getting a little touchy for everybody as we continue with the 7th series in this World Retriever Championship. With 6 tests completed, we're down to a field of 20 dogs, and the 7th is hammering some of the remaining contestants. It could still be anyone's game.
Sit.
Next up in Test 7 is River, a combination field trial and hunt test dog handled by Dan Hurd. After retrieving the short bird, she loses her concentration. It requires a handle to recover another bird just a bit deeper and to the right. Then Hurd sends River for that long right-hand bird. And she pops, which is looking to her handler for assistance without being whistled. He gives her a vocal back cast and climbs up on the bale for a better view. Finally, she brings the bird home and only manages a score of 12.5 out of a possible 20. Elvis and Haller come to the plate, and surprisingly, the stakes at this new event have the former big leaguer nervous.
I've never been this nervous. I think the first time I played professional baseball, I wasn't this nervous. When I pitched, it was just me against the hitters. I mean, it's a pure sport. There's so many variables in this sport. I mean, the dog, you know, that's another being. So they wake up cranky just like we do. They wake up happy. They're just like people.
Upon the command, Elvis sprints for the long left-hand mark and quickly recovers it in style. Then Elvis finishes with the flyer to complete the test with a score of 18. FC Abby quivers with anticipation, and perhaps she senses her handler's nerves because this is new territory for both.
Here. This is all completely new to her. You know, she saw this just a couple of days before this. We were working on the swing in, and just a tough concept to grasp, going from looking at the white coats out in the field and watching the marks and the shots out in the field to nothing, you know, and her swinging with me and trusting and looking off the gun. It's tough on a dog. It really is, going from one concept to the next.
Shane anxiously watches her pick up a bird, then sets her up and sends her again. But quickly realizes that she needs help to recover the next bird. He whistles her in. Then handles her. This series takes a toll as she completes the test and drops 7.5 points below Nike in the overall standings. Alex and Reddy come up next. This test should be right up Reddy's alley, as he is accustomed to similar setups in SRS and Great Outdoor Games competition. This is a chance to continue his ascent on the leaderboard, if he can turn in a good performance in this 7th test. Alex takes her time.
Ready!
Then launches Reddy for the first bird. He gets the deeper short bird. Then Alex sets him up for the short come at you bird, which he promptly scoops up. Next, Alex sends Reddy for the long left-hand bird. And and again he quickly performs his task. Now the long, difficult right-hand bird has not yet been retrieved. And Alex carefully lines him up, helping him to focus on the bird.
Ready!
Then sends him with conviction, and he tears out. Alex watches with anticipation. We think. Hard to tell with that perpetual poker face. Reddy scores a 19. He definitely moves up in the standings and takes third overall. So here we have it. With 3 series to go and another hunt test behind them, Nike has regained the top spot, followed by Elvis and Reddy. Dottie and Abby are not far behind. Several other dogs are within range, and any one of them could make a late surge on the lead. One thing is certain, the field trialers are in total command of this event. Coming up, callbacks bring emotions to the surface.
Into the 8th series.
And a tough water blind has our top dogs on the edge.
Cyclism Sundays. This week, it's the hell of the north with severe wind, rain, and miles of cobblestones. It's as if the devil himself designed it, the Paris-Roubaix. Cyclism Sundays, Sunday at 5 Eastern, only on OLN.
Here's a fun fact. Erected in 1963, the walnut stands 15 feet high.
I'll be in the car.
Go where you want with your free weekend from Avis.
Orca! Orca! Oh, I love Orca.
I thought you loved the humpback.
I recently changed my mind.
But I thought we established that the Orca was mine.
Now rent for a week and get a free weekend to use later. Find our lowest prices at avis.com.
Man, where are we?
This way.
Left turn heading 285, cleared and hot to the target.
By anchoring a more powerful 6-liter Power Stroke diesel engine to its frame, we gave the new Ford Super Duty more pulling power than any other pickup. Enough to lug up to 19,200 pounds. Don't get in its way. This is the next Ford Super Duty. Built Ford Tough.
Own a timeshare or campground membership? Turn it into cash.
Timeshares Only got us our full asking price before our next monthly payment was due.
Timeshares Only is the nation's largest, #1 most successful timeshare agency, representing properties from the biggest names in the industry.
No one sells more timeshares.
Call now and receive a free information kit, including 10 secrets to timeshares. You owe it to yourself to work with the best.
Don't delay. Call 800-430-2343 now.
We live in troubled times. Have you ever wanted to be part of the solution? Now you can. IADT is now offering a training program in criminal justice. Prepare for a career as a police officer, investigator, evidence technician, and more.
Find out how IADT can help you build a career in criminal justice. Call toll-free 888-375-5000. That's 888-375-5000. Call now.
Although he was born in New Albany, Mississippi, many consider Oxford to be the home of Nobel Prize winner William Faulkner. Faulkner, whose most famous work might be the book The Sound and the Fury, lived here in Roanoke from 1930 until 1962, creating many of his fictional characters from the local area. He even wrote the outline of his novel, A Fable, on his study wall. Faulkner was a sportsman and a hunter who kept several dogs. He once lost a bird dog named Pete, who was hit by a car. Faulkner was so moved, he wrote an essay called His Name Was Pete. In his Nobel speech, he wrote, "I am a farmer who just happened to write I wrote about Mississippi because it's all I know. I've lived here all my life, and any time I've been away, I've come back as soon as possible.
Number 19, Ruby.
Back at the World Retriever Championship, where handlers are hoping they can stay in Mississippi as long as possible. Callbacks from Series 7 reveal the field has been cut yet again.
That is it. We are carrying 15 dogs into the 8th series. We will start at 7:30 a.m.
Series 8 dawns with tension and anticipation. The 8th setup is a dramatic water blind wrought with difficulty and an out-to-sea swim of 300 yards. First up, we have Jerry Day and Nike, again the #1 team. He sends her and requires an early whistle. Numerous casts are needed to tackle this blind head-on. And the scented points prove to be very tempting for Nike, as well as upcoming dogs. Day gives Nike yet another cast. This one puts her out in the water. And then to the bird. With a score of 12, Nike might drop in rank. Next is Brick Halick. He demonstrates how many handlers use binoculars to help on the blind as his dog nears the bird. Then gives a final cast near the floating prize. His overall score, 13 on this test. Here comes the king. Haller launches Elvis. And then the team goes to work on the blind. Haller handles Elvis through the heavy duck scent. And gives a commanding back cast to the bird. He had some trouble here and scores just a 5. This test is proving to be about survival, and Haller has barely done it. Next up is FC Abby. She needs to perform well on this field trial test to regain her top spot on the leaderboard. Abby takes a good cast off the point. Then as Shane watches, mesmerized, she swims upwind of the bird. He blows his whistle and casts in desperation. And blows again. And again. But he has lost her, deep of the blind. His frustration is all too evident. Keith Farmer comes to the line with Jet, a combination field trial hunt test dog. He takes his time on the send. Then Jet gets out to the right. Farmer handles him. Over. Right to the bird. It's an impressive 16 for Jet. Alex Washburn sets up ready for the tough blind, knowing they have a chance to take the overall lead. She launches him and then starts working toward the bird. Reddy approaches the water. This team has some trouble up front, and Alex gives Reddy another cast. She runs up for a better vantage point and guides Reddy to the floating bird. The team score on this blind is 16.5, second best on this test. The grueling 8th has taken a heavy toll as Abby, one of the top contenders, is lost. 2 other impressive performers are gone as well. Anything can happen with the remaining dogs, and a total of 12 will be carried to the 9th series. For Alex Washburn, Reddy's rise to the top has been a breath of fresh air for this energetic dog.
Come here, sweetheart. What you get?
I've always loved dogs ever since I was a child. I was always walking people's dogs or, just kind of palling around with them. And I had a dog as a child and didn't have one for a while, and then decided many years ago I was going to have as many dogs as I wanted, which obviously I do. Maybe a few too many. Reddy was given to me as a birthday present. He was one of the most active puppies in the litter. Reddy is a real clown. And, he gets in the holding blind, he'll sit, quite, at attention for a few minutes, and then he'll decide to roll around and play. And that's when he gets me a little aggravated because I'm trying to impress on him, this is not the time to be rolling around and playing. So we usually have a little discussion about that in the holding blind. He's very intense, especially if he sees a lot of birds somewhere. I think the intensity of the sport is really what attracts me because I'm kind of an intense person when I'm competing.
She's not alone. With 2 series to go, the intensity is palpable. Halick, Washburn, and Day once again lead the charge.
Mom, Dad, this is Kevin.
Great to meet you.
Kevin talks about you all the time.
Thank you for having me over for dinner. I hope you're really hungry, because...
Dentine Fire. Go bold.
Loctite Power Grab grabs instantly, with 9 times higher initial hold than the leading brand. Without bracing and without hammering. Loctite Power Grab. Project solved.
Hello there, I'm Pat Simpson here with the Walkers, and today's project is outdoor cleaning, and the tool of choice is the Briggs & Stratton 2200 pressure washer.
With a powerful, easy-starting engine and the new Project Pro nozzle system, believe me, it's the right tool for faster, better results. Just look at the difference. There are quick-changing nozzles designed specifically for each type of project. There's Maximum for high overhangs and stubborn surfaces, General for driveways and decks, and Delicate for cars and boats. And for really big projects, we've included a time-saving turbo nozzle. Plus, there's even a step-by-step project guide with all sorts of great ideas for cleaning up around the house. The 2200 pressure washer with Project Pro. A great value and a great tool for outdoor cleaning. Briggs & Stratton, the power that works for you. Available at Sears and Tractor Supply Company.
Armor All. Put it on, and it's always there. It's strong protection.
The gentle rhythms here at Coolwater Farm, deep in the heart of the South, have been disrupted this week with the pressure of trying to win the first ever World Retriever Championship. We're now down to our final 2 series. We have 1 hunt test and 1 field trial left. The tension is enormous, and adding to that tension, in our final series, it'd be worth double points, which means that every dog left is going to have a good chance. Welcome to the 9th series, the final hunt test with a cold blind, an honor, and a triple mark. With running water and ravines, it will be a worthy final hunt test for the 12 remaining dogs. First up is Brick Halick with Dottie. Quietly, these two have performed consistently since series number 1. He sends for the cold blind run before the marks. And the team has to work for it. A few more casts. And then Brick gives the final one to the bird, which is then promptly recovered. Now it's time to shoot for the birds.
Yeah.
First, the short water bird is retrieved. Then Brick sets up Dottie for the longer, tough mark. She goes out with purpose and finds the bird with style. All elements the judges look for. Another strong result. Dan Hurd comes up with River, a dog with both hunt test and field trial titles. He sends her for the blind. And stops her to give a cast off the tempting levee. She needs another one. Then Dan continues to work River toward the blind. He's almost there, but not quite. Then zeroes in on the bird. On the long right-hand mark, River needs several casts from Dan to aid in recovering the bird. It's not an easy bird to find, and Dan uses his cap to assist visibility as he gives more casts. Then River pounces on the elusive mark to score a 10. Will it be enough to move to the final series? Next up is Jim Haller with Elvis. With the blowing of the duck call, Elvis builds in excitement. Haller shoots and then sends Elvis on the blind. He runs, and runs, and runs, and turns in a pleasing performance as he lines the blind, making it look easy. More shooting and excitement, and it's time to get some marks. Elvis goes after the short water bird. Next, Haller sends the big yellow dog after the long right-hand bird. He rockets out toward the area of fall, never deviating as he draws nearer and nearer to the bird. Elvis nails it. One bird left to retrieve. It's across the ditch, and Elvis takes a tumble. Then recovers and carries on toward the bird. He proudly heads home with his hard-earned duck, and Elvis earns a perfect 20 on this 9th test despite this near disaster. Keith Farmer and Jet prepare to tackle the 9th test. Jet also comes from a mixed discipline background. First up, Jet goes for the blind. And the black male eagerly runs out on a line. He too recovers this blind with ease and style. Next, Keith sends Jet for the watermark, which he grabs out of the water on the fly. But when sent for the long left bird, Jet puts on a pretty substantial hunt up on the levee and deep of the bird. He searches and hunts. And finally, he comes up with it, but scores only 11.5, which at this point in the competition could mean the end for this team. So partially through this 9th series, it's Elvis and Dottie way out in front. Less than an hour's drive north of Oxford, you can cross over the Tennessee border and pay tribute to the retriever at the National Bird Dog Museum in Grand Junction, featuring the Retriever Field Trial Hall of Fame.
The duel of 1879 was held right here in Grand Junction, and what that was is the beginning of the field trial idea was probably just some friendly competition between two gentlemen that both thought they had the greatest bird dog in the world.
The Hall of Fame features trialing superstars, both canine and human, who have played a significant role in the growth of the sport. Among those inducted, Eben Starr-Lean Mack, not only a two-time U.S. national amateur champion, but also a direct sire to 7 of the retrievers taking part in this year's competition.
Featured right here is Eben Starr-Lean Mack, and though deceased, Eben Starr-Lean Mack has got a lot of his blood out there today, and he's one of the top producing sires of champions in field trial competitions going on right now.
And one of his offspring, Nike, who leads with 2 series to go, takes on series number 9 next.
OLN is going on patrol with the E-Force. Their office is the Florida Keys. Their cruiser has twin 225s, and their job is to protect paradise.
Lie to me, you'll go to jail.
It's never just another day at the beach for...
Put your engine in neutral!
The E-Force.
If you hesitate, you're going to get hurt.
E-Force. Season premieres Sunday, April 10th at 10, only on OLN.
Well, I had a dream. I stood beneath an orange sky.
The multifunctional element.
Yes, I had a dream. I
from Honda.
Stood beneath an orange sky.
Where will it take you?
Flat tires always happen at the wrong time. Be prepared with Smart Spare from Slime. Non-toxic tire sealant and inflator kit. Slime with FibroSeal technology seeks out and seals punctures instantly. Slime. Smart solutions to flat tire problems.
In a matter of seconds, anything can happen.
I paint the blackest picture I can possibly paint.
Copy that,
There's guys that fish, and then there's crab fishermen.
This is the world's most dangerous job. Deadliest Catch, premiering Tuesday at 9 Eastern Pacific on the Discovery Channel.
Let Comcast work for your business. Your customers expect the best, so deliver the best with Comcast high-speed internet service and digital cable. Your company needs Comcast high-speed internet access, now even faster, up to 7 megs, and offers Comcast Teleworker, quickly connecting telecommunicators to corporate locations. Comcast digital cable provides a variety of shows, sports, news, and music programming to suit your business needs. Learn how Comcast Business Services can make you more successful. Call us now, 1-877-560-2735.
Hi, everyone. I'm Mike Sexton.
And I'm Vince Van Patten with the World Poker Tour. You know, each week on the World Poker Tour, you see the greatest players in the world going head-to-head. But you know what the real secret to winning is?
That's advertising locally on the Travel Channel through your local cable company. If you want people to come in or go all in to your local business, call your local cable company today and advertise on the Travel Channel.
Cable advertising is effective and affordable and can help grow your business. To find out more, call Comcast Spotlight.
Welcome back to Mississippi, where Test 9 of 10 continues at the inaugural World Retriever Championship. Alex Washburn and Reddy have steadily climbed in the standings and now sit in the second position overall. She sends him on the blind, but a whistle is needed. Hopefully this doesn't turn into a repeat of Series 5, where, looking back, Alex and Honda had the overall lead but ran into trouble. But Alex, displaying her intensity, would not give up. That was a tough moment in the timber for Alex, as she and Honda left the line without the bird and without a chance at the title. But now she's moving on as Reddy gets the blind in Series 9. And now Alex sends Reddy for the short water mark. And he nails it. Washburn surveys the test, then launches Reddy for the next bird. As Reddy runs through the area of the first mark, he appears to be checking for another bird, but does not stop to hunt. He continues on his way. However, Alex has to handle Reddy on that long right mark. She whistles him to the bird. Reddy and Alex score 16.5. Next up is Dan Hurd with Dusty. He sets him up for the blind.
Back.
Then sends him on a line. Dusty heads towards the bird and runs. Hurd gives him a whistle, then a cast, which takes him the final several yards to the bird. Now it's time to shoot. Dusty's ready. But there's more. Finally, Dan sends him for the first mark, which Dusty recovers nicely. It's a bird's eye view of Dusty's approach to the left-hand bird of this test as he angles across the ditch to the bird. As Dan contemplates the remaining mark, his tension grows. Dusty runs out and commandingly retrieves the final mark. Their score, another perfect 20. The smile says it all. 2003 High Point Derby dog Cutter follows behind Dusty. There's plenty of shooting going on. Cutter heads out for the long right mark, and unfortunately needs a cast on that mark. Bill Hillman blows again, and one more to direct Cutter to the bird. Then a come-in whistle brings him closer to the area. With a few more come-ins, Cutter has the bird, and a disappointing low score of only 9 points. Nike is on deck. He's our leader with Jerry Day. And with so much time at the top thus far, will the buildup of pressure take its toll? Day handles her towards the blind. Another whistle. And some help from Jerry's cap. And she streaks the remainder of the way to the blind retrieve. Now Day plans a strategy. And he launches Nike on the first mark. She pounces on the bird. Then has to handle on the long right bird as well. However, she comes up with it quickly. Jerry Day is a veteran. He knows this wasn't the performance he needed. At the end of 9, Reddy has surged ahead. Nike falls to second, and 7 dogs emerge above the others to be called back for the final test. Series 10 will be worth double points and is a field trial water triple with 2 retired guns and a long flyer. These dogs who perform well through 9 don't make the final cut. Field trialers will have the last laugh as no dedicated hunt test dogs continue on. One final test, double points and double pressure. Who will be the best of the best?
It is the race of legend, where rivalries clash, the undaunted find strength, and true Olympians take to the street. For the first time ever, OLN presents the Boston Marathon, live in its entirety. Be there as Catherine Dereba attempts to win an unprecedented 4th Boston title. Plus, watch our American troops as they run the Boston Marathon in Iraq. The 109th Boston Marathon, April 18th, beginning at 11:30 a.m. with an encore presentation at 8, only on OLN.
Mom, Dad, this is Kevin.
Great to meet you.
Kevin, I talk about you all the time.
Thank you for having me over for dinner. I hope you're really hungry, because...
Dentine Fire. Go bold.
You know, usually that certain smile, you don't want it to turn into the moment of doubt. You want it to turn into the right moment. It can with Cialis.
Cialis is the only erectile dysfunction tablet proven to not only work fast, but also work up to 36 hours. 36 hours to relax and not rush things. 36 hours to respond to that certain touch when the moment is right. Cialis is only for men healthy enough for sexual activity. Do not take Cialis if you take nitrates for chest pain or certain alpha blockers for prostate problems or high blood pressure, as this may cause an unsafe drop in blood pressure. Don't drink alcohol in excess with Cialis. Side effects may include headache, upset stomach, delayed backache, or muscle ache. Erections lasting longer than 4 hours, though rare, require immediate medical help. Discuss your health status with your doctor and ask if Cialis is right for you.
And be ready when that certain look tells you the moment is right.
36-hour Cialis. When the moment is right, will you be ready?
When you want to get away,
Let's go, girls!
Enterprise Rent-A-Car will pick you up free. And get you on your way. Pick Enterprise. We'll pick you up.
What is this stuff?
Yeah, Mr. Spooky. That's a joke, seriously.
The new Dodge Magnum.
Snow? In the bayou?
Available with all-wheel drive.
You think?
Performance and versatility for the unexpected.
Stronger denim. More comfortable, relaxed fit. Wrangler 5-star premium quality denim. Wrangler, real comfortable jeans.
Series 10. 7 dogs remain, and with double points up for grabs, any one of these dogs could emerge as the winner. A field trial concludes the championship. It is a water triple with a long retired bird up the middle, another retired bird from a boat thrown into timber on the left, and a live flyer on the opposite shore on the right. Lots of swimming, lots of distance. The very first dog is Cutter, with co-owner Bill Hillman. Cutter is currently tied for 6th position. Hillman sends him for the flyer, which he promptly recovers. Next, he heads for the left-hand retired boat bird. He closes in fast on this floating mark. Cutter's about to nail the long retired, which he hits with the style judges are looking for. And they reward Hillman and Cutter with a score of 37.5 out of a possible 40. Next up is Dave Fowler with AFC Maggie. She quivers in anticipation. But unfortunately, when sent for the long retired, she needs some help. And Dave must handle her multiple times. Fowler's disappointment is obvious. Maggie had a competitive week, but her score here is a 21, and that takes her out of the running. Brick Halick gets ready with Dottie for one final run. Halick launches her and stares intently as she exits the water to retrieve the flyer. Now, a nervous moment as Dottie searches for her last bird, the left-hand mark. She hunts in the flooded timber and then emerges with the duck. It's a score of 29 out of 40, eliminating yet another dog and her handler from title contention. Now it's Elvis's turn at the 10th. Anxiously, he attacks the water and swims to his waiting flyer. It's a good start to the final series. Then Jim waits as Elvis hunts for his retired boat mark. He appreciates his dog's effort as he locates the bird. Then in true Elvis fashion, he explodes into the water on his way to the final bird of the championship. Howler can barely stand the pressure. Elvis works around to pounce on the final bird. He delivers and is rewarded with a 35 to take the overall lead. Coming up, our final 3 dogs get set to attack the 10th and topple Elvis. Nerves, anyone? Dan Hurd swallows hard. Jerry Day ponders the water triple. And Alex Washburn remains intense.
Ooh, how pretty little Pinky is today.
Here you are, precious. Here's your favorite Din-Din, all organic.
Be careful. She likes her nails long, not short.
Wheel dogs don't get manicures. They wear burlap booties to run faster through the 1,200 miles of cracked ice, river crossings, and frozen Alaskan tundra. Naps are for the weak. And as for gourmet doggy dinners, wheel dogs eat seal fat. But then, not every dog can be a sled dog. The Iditarod, presented by Cabela's, continues next, only on OLN.
Mom, Dad, this is Kevin.
Great to meet you.
Kevin. Talks about you all the time.
Thank you for having me over for dinner. I hope you're really hungry, because
Dentine Fire. Go bold.
Armor All. Put it on, and it's always there. It's strong protection.
Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are.
On the Golf Channel Academy Live, we take pride in helping you hit the target. Now you can hit your target by advertising on Comcast Spotlight. You'll be reaching your best customers by advertising your business on over 30 networks. Don't have a spot? Don't worry. They'll help you produce one. Stay on top of your game by watching the Golf Channel and advertising on Comcast Spotlight.
To advertise locally on cable, call Comcast Spotlight at 412-920-4600.
Childhood, a time of innocence.
Every time I hurt her, I'm sorry, but everything just builds up and I take it out on her.
I feel like I should do something to stop it, but it's not my child.
If you or someone you know needs help stopping child abuse, call us or visit our website.
It's everyone's responsibility. We deserve to be safe from child abuse.
Sponsored by George Moving and Storage, moving you in the right direction.
This is it. Only 3 dogs left to decide the first ever World Retriever Championship. Nike's intensity is evident as their birds are thrown in the final showdown. Day sends her for her first retrieve, and she rockets into the water. Day seems to hold his breath. Every second endures forever. Nike has the flyer. And Day again launches the terrific yellow female. Anxiety setting in again. Nike retrieves the water bird. Day whistles her in, knowing they have a lot of work yet ahead. And she hits the water for the final bird of the week. But trouble is brewing for Nike as she succumbs to the pitfalls of the test and stages a heartbreaking hunt in no man's land. Then she must be handled. As Day casts Nike and shakes his head in dismay. Nike finally recovers the last bird and scores a 21.5. A bitter disappointment. Reddy and Alex Washburn are now up. He's on his way. One down, 2 to go. Is Reddy taking a breather? Alex whistles and focuses on the rest of the test. Now Reddy is en route to bird number 2. He hunts in the flooded timber for this tough bird, and tough on the handlers too, as they strain for visibility. He recovers it and heads home. Washburn, as always, is all business. Now the money bird. And Reddy is pretty serious too, as he searches for his final duck of the week. And he completes the job. Washburn is moved by his gutsy performance. And we finally see the makings of a smile? But Reddy must still deliver that bird. Washburn dares the hope. As Reddy comes home with his just reward for a job well done. Last up is Dusty. Even with double points, he needs to be nearly flawless. As he races for the flyer, there's a twist. Dusty has had a no bird on his flyer the first time up. This is a rerun, and now he's had another bad bird. It landed in an unfair location.
Score you to the area, okay. Okay, you can put him on the bird now.
Judges Dresser and Lamb watch intently and instruct Hurd to handle Dusty without penalty, which he does. Dusty collects the flyer. Now 2 birds left. But where is the water bird? Dusty hunts diligently. And makes his find. Hurd sighs with relief. 1 more bird, and the championship will be in the books. And Dusty seals the deal. And Hurd lets out a week's worth of pent-up stress. All he can do now is wait.
Well, what a day. What a day.
Claiming the title of the 2005 World Retriever Champion, number 62, Alex Washburn handling Reddy.
In the end, 4 worthy retrievers have risen to the top, with Alex and Reddy claiming big money, followed by Dan Hurd with Dusty, Jim Haller and Elvis, and Bill Hillman with Cutter. What an impressive group of retrievers, as they set a lofty standard for next year. The 2005 World Retriever Championship is history. It's been a difficult and challenging week for organizers, judges, and contestants alike. We've seen tremendous displays of sportsmanship from handlers and tenacity from the dogs, plus a new respect for different retriever games. But above all, we've seen that both sides can compete together and still work toward the common goal, that precious bond, the one forged between man and dog. And finally, congratulations to Alex Washburn and Reddy, the first ever World Retriever Champions.
You're watching a special presentation of the Outdoor Life Network.
Alaska.
The 49th state.
The last frontier.
The Iditarod.